Hi, Sarah. Hi, AnnaLisa. Well,
Hi.
so Sarah last week, a very timely way, she posted about wanting to do a restart. Um, and I don't really know what she was talking about other than I'd been gone for over a month on vacation, and I too want to reset my life right now. So anyway, I just wanted to find out from Sarah, what do you mean? What does doing a restart mean to you?
So, honestly, I'm constantly thinking about my health. I have been, I got really sick at the beginning of May, and it's just kind of degressed. So I'm tired. I can sleep for 10 hours and not feel like I slept at all. So I did go to my doctor, but I'm constantly thinking about that kind of stuff. Um, and my weight's a struggle and everything. So I honestly, I passed this meme and I had been thinking about it. I talked to my sister and my cousins, like processed sugar, been trying to like weed it out of my house, stuff like that. And I passed that meme that I had posted that was like, no chips, no soda. Diet Coke is like my biggest crutch in the world. No matter what I do, I like never fully given up Diet Coke. I've decreased it quite a bit, never fully given it up. Like no chips, no Diet Coke, no eating out, like just a series of things that to me just seemed common sense.
Right.
And it was like, do this for 30 days and see how you feel. And I thought, yeah, let's do it for 30 days and see how I feel. And I had been really on probably 60 to 70% liquid since May. Protein shakes morning and lunch, two really small snacks, and then dinner because I had run into so many issues with my stomach and been in the hospital. And then, as I got through May, I felt really good. June, I was holding in there. The middle of June, we had my 6-year-old's birthday. Okay. And then as we got to the end of June, creeping into July 4th, I started, less liquids, less water, over the July 4th holiday, junk food, eating out and stuff like that. And I just started having attacks with my stomach and not feeling well. So it was that random kind of, yeah, you know what? That's what I really, really need. And then going to the doctor, I found out I've got some blood levels that are crazy out of whack. I'm actually waiting for him to call me to discuss one of them because I was like, I don't know what that means. Most of them were. So, I thought, okay, if I need to sustain B12, I need to be, which was one of the big ones, it's significantly low. So I was like, well, that's what I need to be doing then. I need to be taking care of those things. And of course I can't lose weight. Of course I'm tired if I am so chronically exhausted and my vitamin levels aren't where they need to be.
Right, right. And so for the restart, you're going to really be focusing health.
Yeah, vitamins, nutrition, yeah. Making my stomach, literally my stomach function the way it should so that everything else functions the way it should.
I mean, that's where you're going to get your nutrients is from your stomach. So if it's not functioning properly, it's going to be tough.
Yeah, definitely. Most definitely.
So Anna, we kind of sucked you into this, this call. What does restart mean to you?
Well, for me, I've not been doing well physically. I haven't felt well. So when I do that, I go back to old habits, which is, fast food, and even though I've been on a pretty good track, I don't know who you're recording for or when this is going to play. So
I don't even know where to look. I keep looking at you guys and then I see the picture in the bottom and I'm like, which one do I look at so I don't look like I'm looking into space?
I really don't know. We'll just find out. It's recording on mine, so we're definitely recording.
Anyway, for me, it is getting back to the metabolic timing of eating and eating balanced foods. And for me, specifically, that means focusing on plants, having vegetables, having fruit, because I don't have a problem getting protein or cheese or there's certain foods I just figure out a way to eat and other foods aren't very natural for me. So, and then just like I said, when I don't feel well or I'm tired, rather than go to foods that will fuel me, I tend to go to like the sugar addiction is real. And it's a habit that I've had for many, 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 many years, well before I had weight issues or had even was aware of like maybe mental health issues that it can create for me. So this last month has been somewhat of like a reminder that what we eat really affects how we feel and our mood. And so that's what, for me, is what I want to focus on.
Yeah. And so for me, your post, Sarah, completely resonated with me because I was out of whack on pretty much everything. Health, like my eating was, I was grasping onto the bare bones of still being healthy. But so the restart for me was like, get my exercise back on track, get my water back on track, that is my, like, really the worst thing. Sleep, where I haven't had sleeping issues in a really long time. I started having sleeping issues about halfway through this prolonged vacation. And I still, like, I'm waking up, I'm getting up too early, like, and then I'll just say, well, I'll just rest a little bit longer. I feel tired during the day. It doesn't feel good. So the restart to me, because we are mind, body, and spirit together, like, it makes sense to start with the body because those are very tangible things. Like, what are you going to eat? When are you going to go to sleep? Are you going to get your, are you going to cut out sugar? All of this kind of stuff. But I think the other parts will play into it, of course, that impacts. So, so Sarah, have you started it? Have you started your reset?
No. Well, today I've been working on it. We said Monday. And so I've been trying to drink more water today. I am, like, I've got this real funny thing that I either have to start things on Monday, so today is a good day to start working on it. And big things, I prefer to start Mondays or the beginning of the month. That's why, if you remember, I was like August 1st. But I thought I've got to build things up. Yeah. I know the interesting things we talked about the body, and one of the things I had discussed with my doctor when I went to physical, I said I'm impatient. I am moody, things that are not actually normal characteristics for me. Like, really, like, not agreeable and super impatient and super snappy with my kids. I've been telling my husband for a couple months, I feel like I'm yelling all the time. And so when he was like, yeah, we're going to check things. And when I went in and read the notes, he was like, he had like had the B12 circled because it's like 210. So they said the levels are registered between 200 and 950. They want you at about 400.
Okay, anything so super low.
Yeah, anything under 400. So he was like, this explains all your symptoms, and had him circled in bright red.
Well, and isn't it so hard to be a kind person when you feel bad? Like, if you feel bad, it's just hard to have anything else function well. Yeah,
and so that's why I was like, so, I got these bariatric vitamins he told me to try because I'm malabsorbent because I'd had trouble with inflammation. Back in May, they took me off of everything I was doing, and it was like a basic because so many things when you've had Roux-en-Y gastric bypass, I guess, can disrupt your system.
Right.
So they took me off everything, and they're like, you have to start over. You really should only be on these specific vitamins.
So clean slate.
Yeah. And so they finally came in from Amazon. I had ordered these special ones, and they weren't available on Prime. That's why they took a while. So I got those over the weekend, and I'm like, okay, vitamins and water and clean food. Like, that's where my focus is going to start. And then, if I've got to tweak this here and add this here or take this out here, we'll do that as needed. But yeah, I thought, I really, having gastric bypass, bread and carbs shouldn't be part of the equation anyway. They just crept back in over pregnancies and stuff like that,
Right.
So, get rid of the foods that I know I shouldn't be eating for 14 years now, and water and vitamins.
Okay, cool. Anna, where are you starting?
I guess for me, it's those, like my habits that crept up over this last month from not feeling good. And when you were saying about the moodiness, the thing that I'm realizing, or I guess trying to focus on, is Instead of like, I shouldn't eat this, it's more like, when I eat this, this is the outcome. When I eat this, this is the outcome. Because otherwise I just obsess. I'm very obsessive, I guess, that I'm like, I can't have that. I can't have that. That's the only thing I want now. Versus like, I feel better when I have this, like salad over this. Or bread and carbs really aren't working for me either. They mess my stomach and system up. But I can have whole grain foods, like brown rice is working for me, or like long grain rice is okay for me. But if I'm having just bread, it's not going well.
Yeah.
You find that like a trigger to just start, getting other sugary, carby kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So for me, like you said, focusing on the water, focusing on like the sugar, carbs is definitely something. But I want to work on my replacement behaviors. So does that mean I have fruit instead of a sweet treat? Or does that mean I'm having like brown rice or whole grain rice instead of a bun or something? So
right.
What I'm going to do, I need to find replacement behaviors, because just removal doesn't necessarily hasn't been successful with it.
Well, and this is kind of why I wanted to suck you into this, because the way Sarah eats is going to be very singular to her, and other people also eat like this, but it's very different from the way you eat, which is very different from the way I eat or when I feel good. And so I was very subject to, the people we were visiting, the way they ate. And so for me, the reset, it's really sleep and exercise and food. And I mean, actually, I saw it on the airplane, and you want to see how ridiculous I am? You see that? That's the notes I took about all the things I wanted to get back together. It's very, well, I want to even get like my house in order, and order in my home, order in my life and my schedule, my soul, and all of that. But I just want to focus right now just on getting the physical stuff, because if I don't feel good, if I'm tired, I'm not doing other things. I mean, I want to, but I just almost can't override it. So the things that I'm really focusing on is sleep. And I would like to be sleeping in, which I was able to do last week, but now my kids have activities and such this week. So I really need to be disciplined enough to get to bed on time. And also, I'm very excitable. So if I have too much stress during the day, then I will wake up. So just trying to kind of like have this nice peaceful sleep. I'm back on an exercise routine, maybe not like my best routine, but at least, I'm getting back into that. And then water. And then my food is, I'm mostly focusing on making sure that I have enough fat and protein, because I'm like a no sugar girl. And I completely broke that when I went on vacation. And it turns out it tastes good. And then the other thing it turns out is that it makes you want more, like almost immediately. Like 15 minutes later, I'm like, let's have some more. Yes. I told you my house is quiet for 30 minutes before the call. Anyway, but so are you starting? You said you're starting today, Sarah.
Yeah, like I started increasing my water today. I started vitamins today. And I thought, okay, we're going to take it step by step. I know you're talking about exercise, and that's one of the interesting things I discussed with my doctor. He was like, do you exercise? And I was like, I try, and sometimes I do really well, sometimes I don't. I have 5 kids. Summer break throws everything off. And sleep is not an issue for me. Hasn't been for a couple of years. After I had Emily, she slept really well for an infant, but she was up by 5:30, and my now 6-year-old, he's always been up really early. So after having her, like that night owl switched off, my body was like, you need to be asleep by 8:30 or 9 o'clock. But I don't feel like I'm sleeping. That's the B12. But I get plenty of sleep. And that's one thing he told me. He was like, you have time in the morning now that your baby's older and your 6-year-old's older. And he said, it's really important. It's so important, whether you're walking, whether you're doing yoga, and he was like, that you give yourself 30 minutes of that time in the morning. That's going to be the only time you find it. Cause I mean, by 8:30, I'm done.
No, it's totally true.
Yeah. I'm not functioning. There's no staying up late in this body. So he was like, you really need to find that 30 minutes and do some kind of exercise. You've got to find that 30 minutes. And he said, it's important. He said, it's important for your body. It's going to help you with your weight. He said, it's going to help your mental energy also.
I think so.
I thought, well, this doesn't not make sense. So yeah. And so that's kind of where we're working on fixing these things. I go in for B12. They because I'm malabsorbent, he was like, you're so low, I don't want to mess with anything else. Shots. And I was like, I just want to feel better again. So I'm not arguing. Like,
yeah, you probably have a lot of energy after that.
Yeah. And so that starts tomorrow. And so we're just, nice. We're going to start taking it away. And then my plan is by August 1st to have little to no Diet Coke and to like, no more, like, I'm going to ease myself into it, these steps. And August 1st, man, I want to be where I need to be and like hitting it hard.
Yeah. So part of your restart is priming your body to let go of the Diet Coke.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. Ladies, if you have one thing, if you have a really bad day and you know you're only going to be able to do one thing well during the day for your restart, what would it be?
Remembering to take my vitamins, because my vitamins go in water. So.
Okay. You're getting a 2-in-1 deal.
I'm going to say focusing on what I'm eating. Just it's hitting me hard, like emotionally and everything else, and fuel and energy wise and sleep wise. If I'm eating junk, I feel like junk and nothing else is happening. I'm not fueled. So that's going to include water for me, just because like that's part of diet. Just, I know the foods to eat. I know that I feel better when I eat them. I know I don't feel good when I eat other foods, and just focused on that for me is going to be a big one. And I like the idea of like stepping up because I haven't been working out either because I can't handle the heat.
It's like, crazy, especially this week.
Well, so
out there.
It's taking me down and I'm getting sick for several days afterward.
Oh,
so
wow.
I've got to,
it's not worth it.
No. So
we hit 109 this week. It's crazy.
What? Okay.
It's worse there than it is here.
It's wow.
Hot. But,
so are you like at 100 or? Yeah. Okay. We're a little bit less than that, but it's pretty hot. It's very humid here.
Yeah, I will say I'm more heat tolerant this year than I've ever been in my life. So
that's good.
Working out outside is that you do gain a tolerance for it, but my body is just depleted and telling me not this summer.
Not right now, lady.
Summer. So I'm working on, I'm going to go to the YMCA and do like more indoor group workout until I'm feeling better. So, but I totally agree that that's like another part that's affecting my stress level too, because when I don't exercise, I don't have that stress release.
Right.
And I actually have more energy when I work out than when I don't.
Yeah. Yeah, that's something to look forward to, Sarah. You'll just get more energy.
But I think for me, the diet, including the water, is going to be like the biggest thing that I need to do every day.
Yeah.
Or system.
Yeah.
And I can't tolerate a lot of foods, especially since May. Like even like things creeping into July. I mean, that's one of the things I'm telling the doctor. I said, it's crazy to me that I even gain weight because I eat in bites. Like my gastric bypass worked very successfully. I don't eat a lot. Over the holidays, I definitely know that there's a difference in the way my body feels if I even eat a takeout taco versus a taco made homemade, all of that kind of stuff. So yeah,
yeah, I mean, I think there's a big misconception that it's calories in, calories out, which of course, I mean, it is. If you eat too many calories, you are going to gain weight. But there's often a hormonal, there's hormones at play also that can really affect that in a big way. And so if I have a bad day, and I'm making the commitment because this is my worst one, I'm pretty good at the other ones, but my worst one is sleep. It's terrible.
Especially when you want to be busy. Sleep is hard.
Yeah. So, and I always feel like I can get up a little early and do something, or, sneak a little bit more in at night. And so, and that does affect the hormones as well. So that's my commitment to my restart, is like, I want to get the sleep on track, because it's like the backbone of everything for me anyway.
Oh, definitely. Sleep is a huge, huge deal. I'm always surprised to talk to people who are like, I'm good. I only need, I have a sister-in-law who, like, forever, she only needs at least like a minimum of 4 hours of sleep.
Yeah, we're related to someone like that, right, Anna?
I birthed one of them.
Oh, I think one of them birthed us.
Yeah, and it's just like,
oh yeah, we need more than that.
Might be like 6 or 7, and he really doesn't seem as affected as everyone else by the lack of sleep. So,
I mean,
my husband's that way. He says 6 hours, and I'm good.
Wow.
So I'm just tired talking about that.
Well, did either one of you have anything else you wanted to add?
So do we want to just be accountable to each other and ask if friends want to join us? And
yeah.
Okay.
I think so.
As we do this and we go on, one of the things Sue and we were talking about when we were chatting and brainstorming is that emotional health, and making sure we're getting time in with our scriptures and finding time to do things that just bring us joy, whether it's
not what we should do.
Yeah, not just always I have to do this. We make that time to connect with the Lord, and we make that time to feed our souls too. And, in the beginning of a reset, and in the beginning of any diet or lifestyle change, there's so much focus on, I have to do it this way. But we should be thinking about making sure we're doing those things too along the way, because I think that will fuel us and give us the energy to keep going.
Yeah, absolutely. Seeking joy and appreciating those moments.
Yeah. And I think it's okay to celebrate small victories too.
Oh yeah. I think critical, almost really important to do that.
Yeah.
Because
I have a tendency to think about big goals. So if I lose 2 pounds instead of 10, I just tend to think, success is success.
Yeah. No, for sure. Absolutely.
Or for me, it's worth it to do these things for myself. I'm doing that for, it's hard, but I'm worth it.
Absolutely.
Well, if you ask me in the middle of something, the answer is no.
What's that?
I don't know what he even asked. I'm like, no.
Not now.
No, I let my kids get their screen time in while we were doing this. That's why you've probably haven't seen much of them. But my 3-year-old is going to be home soon. She had her first sleepover, and she was so excited to go. And they said she got a couple hours in and was like, I want to go home.
Oh,
I know. I was like, it's my sister. She was like, I'm not going to lie. I'm glad she still needs me.
Yeah. You miss her?
3 is young.
It was hard. It was almost 4. She turns 4 this Thursday, but it's her aunt.
Yeah.
She loves, but it was hard. And as we got to the day, I was like, I don't know. But she was like, I'm going to be gone 5 years, she had it all planned out. And then she got there. Yeah, it's like she had a plan. She got there and was like, no, I want to go home. Her mom was telling me, I was laughing so hard. I was like, I'm just relieved she needs me.
Did she make it 5 hours?
That's good.
Well, we had to drive. We're in Fort Worth, And so if you guys have any idea of like how it is out here, they live in Springtown, so we had to meet halfway in Azle, and they're bringing her home to run errands. But so it was like, you're there, kid.
Yeah.
But the 5-year plan is out the window, it sounds like. So
That's good. Well, I hope you enjoy her when she gets home, Sarah.
And she'll be coming home, I'm sure, as soon as she walks to the door. It's going to be like, Mommy!
Yeah. That's great. Well, ladies, it was great to chat with you, and we'll keep in touch.
Yes, I will talk